Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of Universe Mode here on WWE 2k23. We're live here with NXT down in Orlando, Florida, the second week of the return to the black and gold brand. And we're going to start this one off with some action. As you can see, making his way to the ring first, the Irish Ace, JD McDonough, is going to be in action to begin tonight's show. Hello everybody, I am Mr. Rob. We've got a good show in store for you guys tonight, as well as hearing from Johnny Gargano for the very first time since his return last week. He will be here tonight in Orlando, Florida, to cut a promo about his return to NXT. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop that like and you do subscribe down below, especially if you want more Universe Mode content, as well as want some Rogue Energy. Use my code down below as well, the referral link, to get 10% off. But it's time for our opening contest. Dante Chen is already in the ring. He will take on JD McDonough, and here we go. We'll get the first match of the night started off and quickly as JD McDonough with a Spanish fly to begin the action, trying to put this one away early. Dante Chen in a lot of trouble, but he is able to shoot the shoulder up. As JD McDonough, somebody to watch out for here in NXT ever since arriving stateside, and a former cruiserweight champion. And just a little bit ago at NXT Heatwave, he had an NXT Championship opportunity against Gunther. He was unsuccessful on that night, but McDonough is somebody to watch out here very closely on the black and gold brand. And he's looking for continuous momentum here with a win over Dante Chen. He's been here and there in NXT, has yet really to find his groove, so to speak, but you can never count out Dante Chen. He's got the tools. We're just waiting for the time for him to put it all together and be who we know him to be. Right now it has been JD McDonough in the early going of this one. He's been all over Dante Chen. Is McDonough, the Irish Ace, he's very surgical in the ring. He's going to pick you apart. He calls the mat calls the canvas his operating table. He is very deliberate in what he does, very methodical, so to speak. He's a little bit out there, but there's definitely a method to his madness, and it's worked out pretty good for him in his career. Talked about he's won gold in the past. He's challenged for the top prize on our brand. He didn't win it on that night, but if JD McDonough keeps this up, I'm sure he will have another opportunity. But right now, Dante Chen getting a little bit of offense, but McDonough again there to cut him off. He's been one step ahead of his opponent at every turn as he goes under. Chen is the ropes. He will put on the brakes here and charges at McDonough, but McDonough again able to cut off Dante Chen. He's just had an answer for him wherever he throws at him. Is right now just stretching his arms. This is what I'm talking about. He just picks joints and he just manipulates them, stretches them out. Oh, but a good block there by Dante Chen. Knee strike into the body, but again, McDonough cuts him off. Nice strong shot to the face, and a ripcord knee takes down Chen into the cover, gets one, gets two, and Chen barely able to shoot that left shoulder up. I thought for a second that ripcord knee was going to net JD McDonough the victory, and right now he's gloating for everybody here in NXT. He doesn't have too many fans in the arena, and he starts to get himself fired up. Dante Chen just struggling to even pull himself up in the corner. Every time Chen has gotten a little bit of offense, McDonough has cut him off. It's been very much the Irish Ace show. He's now looking to do some more damage in the corner. He goes head first into that top turnbuckle pad. And McDonough now stretching again the left arms over the rope. And grabs him again. And how about takes Chen again and drives him head first into the turnbuckle. So just not allowing Chen to get any sort of breathing room. A chop in the corner, again stretching out the joints. McDonough has an incredible gas tank, and it's on the show here. He hasn't taken a second to breathe. Hasn't done the same for Dante Chen, because McDonough knows he can keep up this pace. As right now, Jawbreaker takes down Chen. He's in a lot of trouble here. McDonough can basically just have his way with Dante Chen. This is a tough task. It is a tough draw to draw McDonough. And Chen's just going to roll to the outside, just try to create his own breathing room. But McDonough not going to allow that to happen. Goes up to the top rope and actually thought twice about it. And now we'll head to the outside. Chen will instead head back inside the ring, but McDonough actually one step ahead, goes for a shot, and actually went for a springboard there. I think Chen was lucky, he just wasn't in the right position for that. And now he's going to send McDonough against the ropes, duck under. Yeah, how about a leapfrog over? And this is a little bit of momentum and a knee strike right on the button. Dante Chen might have connected there as he tries to hit the ropes again, tries to get something going, but McDonough cuts him off with a spinning roundhouse kick right on the button. Out of nowhere, McDonough lands the shot and gets the victory over Dante Chen. I thought Chen was building something up there when he hit those ropes, but McDonough just met him with a perfectly timed kick. That takes out Dante Chen. An impressive win for JD McDonough here tonight. It actually doesn't look like he's done. I am the Irish Ace. I'm here in NXT, and I will dissect every opponent here. You saw what I did to Dante Chen just a moment ago. That's just the start of what I'm here to do in NXT. This is my operating table, and anybody who comes in this ring will be surgically picked apart at the hands of JD McDonough. But hold on a second. How about this? Ilya Dragunov is back. We haven't seen Dragunov in a few months. He's been nursing an injury. The former United Kingdom champion is back, and he's here at NXT. Had to vacate the title due to an injury. Never officially lost it. And now Ilya Dragunov is back, and he's interrupted his longtime rival in JD McDonough. These two go way back to the days of NXT UK, where Dragunov actually sent McDonough out of NXT UK. McDonough was barred from ever competing for that brand again. Well, now it's original NXT, and these two paths cross again. Dragunov will see what he has to say. Alright, JD McDonough, you say this is your operating table. Well, I am the Czar, and I am back, and I've sent you out of NXT UK once before, and I'm going to do the same thing again. McDonough, I want to exterminate you once and for all. No loopholes, because I am guaranteed a shot at the NXT Championship, considering I never lost my title. But before I get there, at Halloween Havoc, I want to send you out of NXT for good. If I beat you, you can no longer participate in this brand. Alright, Dragunov, I accept your challenge, but on one condition. If I beat you, I get your #1 contender status for the NXT Championship. You're on, McDonough. Well, how about that? A huge match just made official for Halloween Havoc. Dragunov versus McDonough. If Dragunov wins, McDonough is done in NXT. And if McDonough wins, he is the new #1 contender to the NXT Championship. He takes the spot of Dragunov. Big time match just made. Well, how about that? To the start of the show, Dragunov is back, and we have Halloween Havoc starting to take shape, but we have still a show to get through tonight. 5 matches on the card. We just saw McDonough pick up the victory. Tag champs Gallus will be in action. They'll take on Blade and Afe in a non-title. Joe Gacy, who's trying to make friends with Wes Lee, he signed him and Lee up for a tag match tonight against the Creed Brothers. We'll see how that goes. 6-woman tag, Toxic Attraction takes on Thea Hale, Tatum Paxley, and Ivy Nile in our main event. Duke Hudson goes one-on-one against Dexter Lumis. The Coffee Brothers are victorious in their matchup, as well as the Creeds. They knock off the team of Gacy and Lee, so that experiment didn't go too well. Toxic Attraction reigns supreme again, but now it's time for our main event, Duke Hudson versus Dexter Lumis. We have two superstars here who have taken a very interesting path to each other in recent weeks.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Adelaide, Australia, weighing in at 253 pounds, Duke Hudson.
He's making his way to the ring first. You can see flanked by his side, Kiana James is accompanying Duke Hudson to the ring. It seems like Hudson and James have formed some sort of alliance/friendship. I won't call it a romance, so to speak. I don't want to put any rumors out there. But Duke Hudson and Kiana James have really taken a liking to each other because they have a common enemy. And it's the new man in NXT. Dexter Lumis is back. And he has his minds set on that man in the ring as here he comes.
And his opponent, accompanied by Indy Hartwell from Recluse, Wyoming, weighing in at 230 pounds, Dexter Lumis.
Well, Dexter Lumis The recently re-arriving NXT has returned to the brand to support his wife, Indy Hartwell, who's been at the turmoil at the mercy of the other two individuals. And now Dexter Lumis has arrived. He's back to even the score. And now we have our main event. That's a face I do not want to get in the ring with, as it is Duke Hudson one-on-one with Dexter Lumis. Our main event here of NXT. Now we are ready to get this one underway as both superstars lock up in the center of the ring. And Lumis, actually underneath, Duke Hudson with a shot to the midsection. As these two superstars hold up quickly. Duke Hudson, they're trying to put this one away early with a power bomb on Dexter Lumis. I think this is a good strategy if you're Hudson. Lumis is a very interesting individual, to say the least. Some would even consider him scary. As there's a nice power slam. So Duke Hudson not trying to let this one last long early, not trying to let the mind games of Lumis get in his head. But these two are made official last week as Lumis, actually there's a shot to the face here. Well, we've seen Indy Hartwell. She's had quite a successful little run she's put together here in NXT. She's challenged for the NXT Championship even against Mandy Rose back when she was champion. And she came so close to winning the title if it weren't for Duke Hudson, her former, I would say, partner, I guess, so to speak. I don't really know if they ever fully became a item, but Duke Hudson really had a liking for Indy Hartwell. Indy Hartwell never really showed the same, instead marrying Dexter Lumis, and Duke Hudson has not forgot about that. He has decided to torment Indy Hartwell, cost her the match for the NXT Women's Championship, distracted her when he came on the entryway, and then did the same thing in a non-title matchup against Mandy Rose. I know Duke Hudson trying to bring it back to Indy Hartwell. He's recruited Kiana James at his side, his business partner, so to speak, who's looked very impressive in her couple of stints in the ring. Duke Hudson again was distracting Indy Hartwell, and for the first time in quite some time, Dexter Lumis made an appearance here in NXT. The lights went out, and when they came back on, Lumis was confronting Hudson and attacked him all around the ringside area. And that is what's led to this match. Lumis here to defend his wife, get a little bit of revenge for all that these two have done. As there's a nice back suplex, takes down Hudson. A nice leg drop for good measure, as Lumis now going to go for a cover here in this contest. Gets one before a kick out from Duke. Dexter Lumis had a lot of success here on this brand. He's returned. As Duke Hudson gets sent into the corner. A nice splash in the corner and a bulldog to follow it out. And Lumis is starting to get going, but Duke quickly to his feet, trying to cut off the offense, and he does. A wicked clothesline. Takes Dexter off his feet, and you can see Hudson posing in front of Indy Hartwell. Direct message, but he posed a little too long. Lumis from behind, not having any of that. And now look at Hudson rolling out next to Indy at ringside, trying to play a little bit of mind games of his own against Dexter Lumis. And now it gives Hudson the upper hand. He's going to have Lumis up on his shoulders and drive him spine first into the barricade, and a power slam for good measure. As Duke Hudson did a very good job taking it to Dexter Lumis here tonight. Lumis looked very impressive last week in his return to NXT. Picked a big win over Javi Bernal. He's looking to continue that streak here against Duke Hudson, who's continuing to taunt away in the ring. Well, Lumis is not going to take that again. Whips him against the ropes and connects with, well, actually they run into each other. Hudson actually able to get the upper hand. I was going to say, I think gloating might have costed him twice, but I don't think so. He's got the upper hand. He's actually in a cover here against Lumis, but only gets a 2 count. And Duke Hudson has done a very good job of cutting off Lumis' offense whenever he gets going. As there's another nice takedown, goes underneath the guard of Dexter Lumis. It's been a great game plan for Hudson. Again, though, flexing for Indy Hartwell. Maybe letting his feelings get the best of him. That's allowed Duke Hudson to be on the receiving end of a suplex. Dexter Lumis now in control, and he's starting to get fired up. We know what a finger across the throat means. As now Lumis starting to think about his next move. I'm not entirely sure what Lumis thinks, but I'm sure it is not good. As he's starting to get himself fired up. Hudson, though, back to his feet, trying to cut off the offensive Dexter. Now has him up on his shoulders again. We've seen Hudson do a very good job at utilizing his power game early in this contest, but Lumis is going to fight out the back door. Sends him up against the ropes. Then a Thez press. Couple of right hand shots being rained down. And Dexter Lumis is starting to get fired up. As these two continue to battle, you have to think, what is next for these two couples? We have yet to see Indy Hartwell and Kiana James step in the ring together. I think that is a match that'll happen in the near future, considering Kiana James has also been the torment of Indy Hartwell. Speaking of James, here she is right up on the apron, distracting Lumis, allowing Hudson from behind to hit her with the Bulldog. As Kiana James paying dividends, but Lumis quickly back up to his feet. Catches Hudson, who was not expecting that, and a super kick drops him. Hudson will try to create a little bit of space. Dexter Lumis actually going to get back in the ring. And he wants Hudson to do the same. It's basically holding ground here. Duke will oblige. Lumis there has the upper hand though. Had the high ground. It's over. I have the high ground as there's a Thez press. Another right hand shots, this time center of the ring. As Dexter Lumis continues the offense, going to go for a pinfall here. Kiana James trying to distract to break up the count. She actually urges Duke to kick out. So Kiana James paying dividends at ringside. She's been a very good manager, as you can expect with her business background. And now Dexter Lumis just strangely staring at Duke Hudson. Gonna get him back to his feet. Looks to pick up the big man, but Hudson able to fight out from underneath. Shot to the midsection. He's going to pick up Lumis now on his shoulders and connect with another power slam. Center of the ring. Very power-based offense from Duke here tonight, and it's paid off nicely as there's a clubbing right-hand shot. Turns Lumis inside out. Meanwhile, Kiana James has actually thrown a chair into the ring. That is not legal in this contest, as the ref will quickly do his job and dispose of the chair at ringside. Not entirely sure what that was for. It looks like that plan was foiled. It does not seem like it slowed down Duke, who sends Lumis against the ropes, another knee into the midsection. It's a very good back and forth contest here on our main event. We still have to hear from Johnny Gargano. He will come to the ring after this match and address the NXT Universe whenever this one concludes. But right now, these two continue to slug it out. As now it's Dexter Lumis with control, but a nice stiff left-hand shot by Hudson again gives him an opportunity for an opening, and he's going to try to connect with a powerbomb here. Another powerbomb takes down Lumis. Not entirely sure how much of those he could take, and again, Duke Hudson turns his attention to Indy Hartwell. He might have had a victory there if Hudson would have just kept his eye on the ball. Instead, he gets met with a German suplex. He's going to roll to the outside as Lumis seems to be measuring up Hudson, but it looks like Kiana James actually got in the way of Lumis. Now he's going to make a run for it, but gets met at the corner. Hudson was waiting on him. So the momentary distraction by Kiana James allows Duke Hudson again to get the upper hand, but only momentarily, as there's a back suplex down on the outside. As Dexter Lumis continues to apply damage. It's been a very back and forth contest. The superstars giving it their all. They realize how important this match is for their respective couple. Not that Hudson and Kiana James are a couple. Once again, I don't want to start spreading rumors around the NXT Universe. I'm just calling what I see. The ref up to a count of 8. Both superstars will make their way back into the ring. It's Hudson who has the advantage. He's going to send Lumis against the ropes. They collide center of the ring. As it's very much a stalemate right now. Both superstars just trying to get the upper hand and try to put the other one away, as now Lumis just choking the life out of Duke Hudson. Yes. Lumis gonna plant it with a DDT right on the crown of the head. Lumis maybe going for the cover, but again, Kiana James with the distraction might have bought Duke Hudson a little bit of time. I think Lumis might have been able to get the victory there off of the DDT, but he lets his mind go for a second, and now maybe signaling the end. Not sure what he has in mind for Duke, as he continues to just stare at him right from above. That's a scary sight. If you look up, you see an upside down Dexter Lumis. No thank you, but Hudson maybe just fired him up. Another double leg takedown. But Lumis again quickly back to his feet. Can't seem to cut him off, but that shoulder block will help. Duke Hudson again with another answer to Lumis's offense. Not allowing the mind games to get to him. Is now going to try to look for the trifecta. Third power bomb in this match. Crashing down goes Dexter Lumis, but instead of going for the cover, Hudson actually allows him to get back to his feet. He's going to pick up Dexter Lumis, though, and hang him up over the top rope. So while Hudson has actually looked very good, he has not put away Lumis yet, but could be looking to do it here. Lumis back to his feet. Hudson with a hold of him. Goes for the pickup. And he's going to spin him right and plant him center of the ring. Down goes Dexter Lumis, and this time Hudson could be looking to deliver the final blow. Thinking powerbomb here. Could another one be the charm? No, he's actually going to get him up. Looks like a little bit of a razor's edge. Takes down Dexter Lumis into the cover. Hudson gets one, gets two, but no. Dexter Lumis kicks out and stays alive in this contest. I don't think Hudson can believe it. I thought Dexter Lumis was done for, but he stays alive and rolls to the outside. This match will continue. I don't know who's going to walk away the victor. It's been an incredible match so far, as there's a choke slam on the outside, a sit-out choke slam by Lumis, who continues to just get back on his feet and continue to fight for this one. How about a backbreaker now? Action inside the ring, action outside the ring, as these two just continue to go back and forth. As Lumis sends Hudson across into the steel stairs. Ref up to a count of 6 now. These two continue to do battle on the outside. 7. They're going to start maybe thinking about getting their back into the ring, as there's a German suplex by Lumis on the outside. Rough up to a count of 8. Lumis is going to make his way in the ring. It's at 9. Hudson's down out on the outside. He hasn't really stirred. The referee trying to get him back in the ring, but he has no choice to count 10. And Dexter Lumis is your winner via the count out, as Hudson could not get back in the ring after a count of 10. Dexter Lumis is your winner tonight, but a count-out victory, you have to think this is not the final chapter in this story. This could just be the start, but Dexter Lumis is your winner here tonight. After 9 long months, the heart and soul is back. Johnny Gargano again is in NXT, where he belongs. His home. It just didn't feel right for 9 months, but finally, after last week, Johnny Gargano is back here in NXT, and what a statement he made. Came out and attacked the man who put him on the shelf, Grayson Waller, the North American champion, but Gargano is back here in NXT. Listen to the ovation here from NXT, the faithful. Gargano is here, and he's here to address the NXT Universe. So let's send it down to see what the Rebel Heart has to say. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you for allowing me back here in NXT. I'm back. I'm home. NXT will always be my home. The black and gold brand means so much to me, and I just cannot help but thank you guys for constantly cheering Johnny Wrestling. It really warms my heart, as I've had to take some time and become a dad, in case some of you guys didn't know. It's been an incredible experience. But let's get that all the way. Let's get back down to business now. That business is Grayson Waller, because 9 months ago, when my back was turned, Waller took me out. Tried to make it so I couldn't be a dad on my own 2 feet for my own future kid. And that means it's personal. So when I came back to NXT a week ago, there was no other option but to take out Grayson Waller. And I did just that. But there's more to come, Grayson. We are not finished. In fact, Halloween Havoc, me and you will step inside this ring for the North American Championship. I am a record 3-time North American champion. And I'd love nothing more to be a 4-time champion and to take that title away from you and give you the beating of a lifetime. You think what you did to me was bad. When I'm done with you, there will be no more selfies. There will be no more trash talk. There will be no more North American Championship. Because Grayson Waller, I'm here. I'm back in NXT. And at Halloween Havoc, I'm going to end you and take your title. Well, a huge match made official. Johnny Gargano and Grayson Waller for the North American Championship at Halloween Havoc. The show just gets any more stacked. Can Gargano win the title for a 4th time, or will Waller be able to get one up on Gargano? Another match made official. Gallus will defend their titles. It's a rematch from Clash of Champions, as the former champions Imperium will get another clash at the titles between these two battle of factions. And also another match made official. Mandy Rose, we knew she'd get a rematch. Well, the rematch will officially come at Halloween Havoc after the controversy at Clash of Champions. Mandy Rose will take on Miko Satomura for the NXT Women's Championship. And speaking of Satomura, she will be back on NXT next week. The final boss, will be here, and I'm sure she has plenty to say to Mandy Rose and Toxic Attraction. And of course, our main event going to be a Halloween Havoc. Gunther will take on Tyler Bates for the NXT Championship, as well as Dragunov and McDonough. It is a stacked show. Halloween Havoc starting to come together. It will be live here in a few weeks on the channel. But hope you guys enjoyed this episode of NXT. If you did, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Universe Mode content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.